Shabbat Shalom. How's everyone doing? Good? I'm excited. We have Pride Shabbat. It is arguably one of my favorite Shabbatot in the entire year, so I'm very excited. But at the same time, I'm holding this excitement. I'm also holding everything that's happening right now in Israel and around the world. So I wanted to begin with a prayer for peace before we ease into Shabbat and celebration together. Be with us, God, in this time of sorrow and fear. Help us, God, to offer comfort to those whose hearts are shattered. Rekindle hope and trust and courage within us and them. Help us, God, to sustain our belief in the promise that even in the darkest times, even when we feel most discouraged, there is reason to trust that love is never extinguished and that light and spirit will prevail. Help us, O God, to rededicate ourselves to building a world that is safer for our children. Help us, God, to rededicate ourselves to building a world that is safer for all people. During these difficult days and nights, O God, bring comfort and peace and hope and light to broken hearts and a broken world. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us, on all Israel, on all the world. And together we say, Amen. Now let's welcome Shabbat. Our opening song is Mayafeh Hayom. Mayafeh Hayom, Shabbat. Mayafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Mayafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Mayafeh And as we open our prayer book to page 2, I would like to invite Bonnie McCullough to come up and lead us in Candles and Kiddush.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, b'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah
page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
And before we sing Lecha Dodi, is there anyone here tonight celebrating an anniversary in the month at all? No? All right, we didn't have any RSVPs, but I wanted to make sure. So now we turn to page 20 to sing together Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala penei Shabbat, nekala. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala penei Shabbat, nekala. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom umevorach. And as we turn to page 28, we rise physically, spiritually, or both for the Baruch Hu. Page 31. Let's read together at the bottom of the page. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. And we turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema. You may be seated.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words will house. When you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up, you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall leave a frontlet between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gate, and upon your gate, that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
We turn to page 40 to sing together Mi Chamocha, the song our ancestors sang as they crossed the Sea of Reeds together.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora oseh peleh, Nora Adonai ilov le'olam va'ed. Utehara uvanecha, bokei hayam livnei shel miyam. Ze Elianu ve'amru, ze Elianu ve'amru, Adonai imlov le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh.
Page 43. Let's read together at the bottom of the page. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 44. Mekadeshe Shavi Shabbat Kulam Yisba'u V'yitangu mituvecha Shabbat Yismechu b'malchutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei Olei Shabbat Yismechu b'malchutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei v'koreh oneg Shabbat.
להשביר רצית בו וקידשת שבת. חמדות ימים אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. זכר למעשה בראשית שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת.
As we turn to page 46, we rise physically, spiritually, or both for the tefillah. Anananananana Adonai. Ananananana Sfatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Sfatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana Sfatai Tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Page 50. Let's read together at the bottom of the page. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye Hakol, page 52. Let's read together in the middle of the page. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You may be seated as we turn to page 61. Let's read together at the top of 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Mitov be'enecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. We take a moment for a silent prayer, a meditation, just a nice moment of quiet to enjoy the holy space we've created together here this evening. We all need healing in our lives, healing of body, of spirit, of mind. At this point in our service, we take a moment to think of those in our lives that are in need of healing, whether it be you, loved one, family member, friend, anyone you might be thinking of this evening. As we name them in our hearts, we turn to page 253 to sing together Mi Sheberach, our prayer for healing. Mekor habracha le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mice berach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. There are many things that I can say on our friend and temple member, Aaron Aaron Simcha Goldenshoe, who is going to be our guest speaker tonight. He's a temple member. He was a member of our board. He chaired our adult education committee for many years. But the main reason that we wanted him to speak tonight is because Pride Shabbat is his idea. 11 years ago, he came with the idea that we should celebrate our LGBTQ plus community. I think it was just LGBT then, without the Q and the plus, but I'm not sure about that. He went through a few channels and some politics, and in Israel, we say he had to go through a few fires in order to do that. He cared for every detail, from the marketing and the PR to organizing the workshops and the service and everything, and created an institution here. This is our 10th year of celebrating LGBTQ plus pride. It's going from strength to strength. At that time, we did not take part of the parade. Later on, we added the parade. At that time, it was only doing Saturday morning. We added the eve of Shabbat with a guest speaker, kind of an introduction for the main attraction that is still on Saturday morning. This is PR for tomorrow morning. And all is thanks to Aaron Simcha Goldenshoe, Aaron Goldenshoe, our friend. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciated that you did that, and so many other things, among them having to suffer teaching with me the mitzvah students for many years. Some of them are college graduate by today. So please, Aaron.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi David and Rabbi Matt and Avery and Jennifer and Louis, for sharing this Shabbat ritual with me. I feel unworthy, but I'm grateful nevertheless. Rabbi David's recollection of how Pride Shabbat started is different than my memory, and one might note that he made many references to how old I am now by talking about B'nai Mitzvah kids being graduated from college. That felt really, really painful, and also 11 years ago. My friend Golia told my partner Tyler that when we met, I was a child. I was just a kid. So, coming to the temple feels like a homecoming. I'm a product of this congregation. It's here that I gave a full-throated voice, yes, to my Jewish roots. It's here that I was nurtured in Jewish ethical teachings. The rabbis, the lay leaders, the religious school teachers, and everyone in the sisterhood, all sorts of places in this congregation helped me to understand the things that I think are most important about Judaism, which is one, that we are created, all of us, in the divine image. that to save the life of one person means that we have saved the entire world, and that we should not do what is hateful to us or hurtful to us to other people. And what I love so much about the teaching I received from you all in this congregation is that these ethical teachings are not just inward facing, how we relate to one another, but it's also how we relate to the world. So I'm grateful for the gifts of Torah that you all have given me over my long, aged years. Rabbi David had said I was the founder of Pride Shabbat. This isn't really true. Rabbi told me about Kol HaNeshama, a progressive synagogue in Jerusalem, and all the fun that they had celebrating Pride. And some conversation happened, whether it was him or me. We came to an agreement that maybe it was a good idea to have something like this at the temple. And Rabbi David was the rabbi liaison for the Adult Education Committee. And I remember coming to Adult Education Committee and Carol Penner shepherding us through this conversation. And I mentioned that it really wasn't about me, a gay guy who wanted to have Pride Shabbat, but it was about Rabbi David and Carol Penner and that committee who made this happen for the community. At the time, we called it Equality Shabbat and not Pride Shabbat, and I think we had our reasons. I'm grateful it's called Pride Shabbat now, but I also really miss the note of the concept of Equality Shabbat. I think the reason we thought about Equality Shabbat is that it's not really about one community, it's about everybody being able to celebrate who they are in this community, that all of us leaning back into being created in God's image, that we're really embracing that everybody can show up as they are right now, and that together we can be ourselves and come and create a wonderful congregation. Rabbi David will be embarrassed that I'm going to mention this, but in 1997, Rabbi David, we had a conversation this morning. He said, "You better not say that," and he thought I hung up the phone because there was just silence. So, I'm 42 years old. I can say what I want. So, Rabbi David, in 1997, Rabbi David performed, if not the first, one of the first same-sex marriage rituals in the state of Israel. Rabbi David's family faced harassment. Progressive Jews in Israel publicly called for his firing. It put him at great risk. I mention this because I want to reflect on this week's Torah portion and the importance of allyship and of bravery. That act that Rabbi David did and the act that we have taken here in this community in Kentucky to celebrate LGBTQ+ pride is an act of bravery. So our Torah portion has all sorts of things in it, and one of the things is that our people get burned up for complaining that there's not enough to eat, and that's really unfortunate. Sometimes this happens in the Torah. We complain too much. God doesn't like it. And Moses sticks up for us. Moses first notes to God that, why did you give me this people? Am I like a nurse carrying them around? This is too much for me. Almost like, God, you've got it wrong. You called me at the burning bush and said I was going to be your voice to the elders of Israel and I was going to do blah, 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 and I haven't, this is too much for me to bear. So God comes to the idea that there should be 70 people, 70 men, unfortunately, to come together to the assembly house, the tent of meeting, to receive God's Spirit. And so what happens is, it says God takes a piece of God's Spirit and gives it to all of the 70 men. And our rabbis in the Talmud say that it was similar to Moses. It wasn't like secondary or a tier down, but everybody shared in that. And at one time, Joshua, who had been the assistant of Moses, says, "Oh my gosh, people out here outside of the tent of meeting are also prophesying." And Moses says, "What is it? Are you jealous? Do you not like it that someone else? I wish you think this is a great gig. I wish everybody was having the Spirit of God and could have a relationship with God." And so I think that really leads into how Judaism shows up for us today. Our rabbis teach us in the Talmud and Midrashim that one voice doesn't really work. One way doesn't really work. You ask a Jewish person one question, and you might have 3 answers. We're okay with having multiple voices at the table. And what I love about this text is that it brings multiple voices, and that Moses says, this isn't working. We need to do something different. That leads really me to thinking about current topics, about the world in which we're living in, that we are mindful as a community to not lose our heritage as a community that welcomes different perspectives, that whether that be on the plight of the people in Gaza or Israel or trans people having the right to self-determination, that we make space for each other, that one person isn't enough, we have to have 70. And if not 70 opinions, we have to have even more. That we need to be, as a community, open to disagreement, but also still realizing that we're all Jewish and part of this one community. I think what Moses did is very brave, telling God, hey, this isn't working, this is too much work, please give me some help. And God responding. Sometimes I think the Torah shows that God doesn't always, well, God changes God's mind a lot, and because Jewish people, our ancestors, ask God to change God's mind. And here God is open again, and may we be so open as God is to hearing the brave voices of those around us. One of my favorite prayers, I was just looking for it. I haven't been to temple in a while, and it's on page 151, and it's in the right before the Michamocha, and there's a line in there: when will redemption come? And the response is, when we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves. And so, what do we claim for ourselves? We claim security, self-determination, the right to have a family, the right to be successful and prosperous, and the right to show up as who we are. And I think that while redemption isn't going to happen just like that starting there is helpful. Rabbi David, I'm going to embarrass you again, granted other people what he claimed for himself: the right for a couple to establish a Jewish home, the right for a couple to affirm their life and to make a commitment to each other. And Moses granted other people what he claimed for his own, which was having a relationship with the divine and being in touch with God's Spirit. I hope that in our lives together, and in the Jewish diaspora, and in the state of Israel, we will grant others what we claim for ourselves. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you much, rabbis. Shabbat shalom.
Don't go. Thank you, Aaron. I failed in the introduction to mention what Aaron does today. He's the executive director of Recovery Cafe, which help people that need to recover from different addictions, or to not recover, but that's the wrong word, to overcome their addictions to mainly narcotics and alcohol, and probably more, a worthy cause that unfortunately our country is battling severely with, and Aaron is doing his part for Tikkun Olam. We have a small gift for you. This is from the artist Yair Emanuel in Jerusalem, and it has words of shalom in it for either your office or your home. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Toda Rabbi.
Toda lecha, Hamud.
I want to thank Aaron again, and also, as I begin to sing Lador Vador, from generation to generation, this particular setting is in English and in Hebrew. It's by Josh Nelson, and I really want you to listen to the English words. And in addition to these stories being Jewish stories, I think it's important to hear all of the stories and how the fabric of each different story makes our community stronger. the differences in those stories and the similarities, and that all of that is our history. We are gifts and we are blessings. We are history in song. We are hope and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Lidovador nogid god lecha. Lidovador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Lidovador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our heart, from the shadows of the mountain to the waters that would part, we are blessed and we are holy. We are children of your way, and the words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to say. Lidovador nogid god lecha. Lidovador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Lidovador, these lips will praise your name. Lidovador nogid god lecha. Lidovador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Lidovador, these lips will praise your name.
We turn to page 293. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Dini Atlas, Samuel Franklin, Lois Marks, Berta Newman, George Price, Wilhelmina Johanna Maria van Wyk, Harry Zukoff, Harvey de Hond, Robert Levine, Elaine Inoxiporen, Caroline Wartime, William Bledsoe, Phil Broadnecks, John Harlan, Thelma Joles, Maxine Roizen, Najla Aswad, Mary Greenwald, Edward Ornstein, Hinda Weinstock, Fanny Lerman Zachariah, Benita Berman, Irene Cantor, Carol Friedman, Peggy Greenwald, Edward Levi, Thomas Lipton, Bernard Weiskopf, Sandra Gitchell, Marvin Goldstein, Milton Goodman, Maud Louise Effernan, Michael Hayes Effernan, Alexander O'Brien, Sybil Parnes, Libby Simon, Oscar Baron Wartenberg, Alan J. Bass, Abraham W. Bogoslavsky, Charles Donnelly, Maxine Levi, Celia Morgulin, Ernst Schlussler, Phil Levy. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, לאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is For Everyone Born. You have the words.
Justice and joy.
Aaron mentioned that Pride Shabbat actually started at Kol HaNeshama in Jerusalem, which is correct. They started it 6 years before we did it, and they were the first Reform congregation to have such a celebration. Kol HaNeshama did not get to welcome Shabbat tonight. Everyone in Israel, for the first time since 1967, since the 6 Days War, Aaron, I'm older than you, so I was 6 years old when we sat in shelters for a whole week, and now all of Israel is in shelters, so they couldn't even Zoom their Kabbalat Shabbat. At Kol HaNeshama they end every service, every time they pray, with a pray for shalom. They pray for shalom in 3 languages, in Hebrew, in Arabic, and in English, hoping that everyone in the Middle East, whether they're in the occupied territories in West Bank, or in Gaza, or in Syria, or in Iran, or in Israel, will get to live a life of peace and dignity, as every human being created in the image of God deserves. And they say, Adon HaShalom, Melech she'ashalom shelo, sim shalom ben amcha Yisrael, v'yitrabeh HaShalom ben kol ba'ei olam, source of shalom, of peace and wellness and wholeness, ruler of shalom, grant shalom to your people Israel. Let the shalom spread to all your creatures. Let there be an end to hatred, jealousy, competition between people. Let there be only great love and shalom between us all, so that we can all gather together, everyone with their fellow, speaking to each other, learning the truth from each other. Allahu inta salame minka salame, Adon HaShalom barcheinu b'shalom, source of shalom, bless us with shalom. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please
Shabbat
join
Shalom.
us for the oneg created by the women of Reform Judaism. And please wish Shabbat Shalom to someone you never met. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.